Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Mid-South Wrestling Review Series for the 21st of July, 1984. And again, 1984, a pretty big year for this area and also for wrestling in general. Certainly, without a doubt, Magnum TA receiving the new North American Championship is a pretty big deal here on this particular edition. That new championship, the Bill Watts basically says is like 40 pounds or something like that. Really insane. Silver and gold. Watts really puts over the beauty of the belt and how much Magnum has earned it. Magnum getting a new belt, pretty big deal, and Watts even puts over the fact that he would like to come out of retirement to challenge for it if he were physically able to do so. Hercules Hernandez and Josh Stroud. Stroud coming back through the area. And Cornette certainly endorsing his new man, Hercules. Hercules looks like $1,000,000. Probably the best physical condition he's ever in terms of muscularity and all of that good stuff. Stroud gets taken down, some hard forearms, kicks, and all the like by Hercules. Hercules not going to take any backward steps, as one can probably imagine. Anyway, the elbow drops, and then kind of a Cobra Clutch sleeper type hold by Hercules gets a victory submission style. Midnight Express and Pretty Young Things. Not a big surprise that is the next match there with the whipping of the Pretty Young Things last week on television. We kind of move that forward. Pretty Young Things kind of there because the Rock and Roll Express have left for a little while. Midnight Express still your tag team champions. You're not going to give the belts to the Pretty Young Things, I can't imagine, but that kind of goes around in circles. Of course, Austin and Ware, your Pretty Young Things, and Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton, your Midnight Express of the moment, and obviously they remain in contact and in full run through there for the next little while. It is Norvell Austin who takes the majority of the beginning of the match. Coco Ware comes in and locks up with an armbar and arm locks on both Zane and Eaton, Condrey and Eaton for the next several minutes. Hercules at ringside, kind of watching, and is the bodyguard of Jim Cornette. And Cornette, tired of getting assaulted, is what he claims. Tag off by the baby faces, and Coco comes back in. Double Irish whip, double drop kick, beautiful double drop kicks by the challengers. And meanwhile, Condrey is upset with everything. Hercules standing on the outside of the ring, monitoring to make sure that Cornette is okay. Needless to say, big hip toss and takeovers. Coco Ware in control during the early stages and midpoint stages of this match. Bobby Eaton comes back in, and he is a little more tentative than he originally was. Norvell Austin back in, and Eaton with shots under the chin. We see several short shots there, not getting everything he wants, but getting enough, and ultimately kind of getting things going in a direction that is, I guess you'd say, more positive. Tag off, Eaton coming in and is hits kind of the divorce court falling armbar, wrist lock style. Eaton gets bounced around, and the hot tag, the Pretty Young Things clean house again. Eaton bounces around for several minutes. Hart cheating by the Midnight Express. Midnight Express do pick up a victory after Cornette creates a distraction and also manages to pop one of the Pretty Young Things in the head with his tennis racket over the shoulder, and that is that. We then see a special look video package, which obviously from the network has been edited. Terry Taylor music video. Terry Taylor is, I believe, still your television champion, has been for a while, although that's kind of there. Pat Rose is the opposition for Taylor here this week. Taylor continues to be kind of ready to fight with anybody, including but not limited to former friend Steve Williams. Taylor rolls Rose, easy for me to say, onto his back. Hip tosses, and then Terry Taylor with an arm drag kind of rolls through everything there. Hard shots by Taylor, and again, monkey flip out of the corner, deep arm drag, and ultimately Taylor manages to get an advantage for a while. Big body slam by Rose. Rose not happy with the way things are going. Taylor not particularly pleased either as he hits a couple of shots under the chin of his adversary, and a back elbow by Taylor gets him where he wants to go. Irish whip by Terry Taylor with the flying five arm, and a victory for Terry Taylor. Then we see Jim Duggan against JYD and Jim Duggan against Landell and Reed. Landell and Reed obviously not completely done as partners, although they are more intermittent than they used to be. Apparently, they had a friendship, from what I can gather, outside of the ring as well. Landell pairs off with Duggan, and Reed and Junkyard Dog renew their rivalry. Irish whips together, and Duggan is very happy to see that the heels are headed for lower ground in a hurry, obviously. Um, Duggan and the dog manage to, remain in control for the next little while. Uh, Reed comes back in with Duggan, squares off. Obviously, Reed and the Junkyard Dog had that street fight in the Superdome not too terribly long ago. Uh, big hip toss by Duggan. Duggan with the kicks and punches. He's fired up. Worth checking out. Hercules on the outside as the bodyguard of Jim Cornette. Not quite sure what the full alliance is with Cornette and Landell, although they do tease one a little bit here. Cornette also scouting because Duggan and Dog could be future tag team championship challengers, one would suppose. Big clothesline. Buddy Landell takes a heck of a bump for it, but he also looks like he got hit with a very thick deal there. Duggan with several shots and kind of the jumping double forearms. Meanwhile, Duggan back over and around, trying to get whatever advantage he can get, and kicks by Landell. Landell holding Duggan in the spot for the second rope fist drop right between the eyes. Reed hits that. Reed is happy with that. Irish whip by Reed. Reed manages to sidestep Duggan. Duggan not so happy with being sidestepped. The knee across the bridge of the nose of Duggan leads Landell to where he wants to be, though. Hard shot by Landell. Landell manages to get a tag off, and ultimately some body slams by Duggan. Duggan hits the shoulder tackle along the way, and meanwhile Cornette pulls the top rope down. Referee calls for the disqualification. Continued battle there. Meanwhile, Duggan gets laid out rather aggressively, as does Sonny King, and King tries to run in and help the dog and whatever, and they are trying to get sympathy there. Special look at the Fantastics music video style. Terry Taylor says he's going to finally regain the television championship from Crusher Khrushchev. As we close the program for today, we'll be back with more right after this.